People of the Purple Butterfly here, otherwise known as People7 on Twitter and YouTube, People elsewhere on the internet. My blog is located at purplebutterfly-people.blogspot.com. And although my box braids were going rather well and the geo pattern was coming out nicely, I discovered that the ends of my hair, especially towards the back and in the center, is a little scraggly. There's a couple of split ends, and I had started taking the time to trim it and then braid it. That was taking too much time, so I did something a little different. I finished the entire front here, and then I put the back in what I call placeholder braids. See, those large braids will become, let's see, 3 braids here, maybe 4 braids there. Like this one here that's unraveling, that's literally 4 sections, so that will be 4 braids when I'm done. But before I get started, I'm just going to snip off the end of each placeholder braid before I separate it out to make, mini teeny braids, because it's much easier to snip across a section that's this thick as opposed to the ends of the braid that's this thick, this thick, and this thick. So at least it'll look like it's done for the moment, especially since I went ahead and followed the parting pattern I was already doing before I put the placeholder braid in. They just look like they're thick braids in the back. And then by the time I'm done, the thick braids will become mini small braids, and it'll be congruent with the pattern I have going on here. And because I've noticed that it's scraggly, and that's probably due to the hair coloring I put on the ends, because I generally don't get split ends or scraggles, none of that. But, when you do harsh things to your hair, harsh things happen, and hair coloring is rather harsh. That's why I didn't take any of it to my roots. I just did the ends of the hair where the red was. And I am perfectly willing, and I was perfectly willing to cut off the red. I am perfectly willing to cut off the ends, even if it's 1 or 2 inches. So in the meantime, I'm thinking maybe I'll take and get some Kanekalon, however you say the jumbo braid, and just put it on the back part where there is a need to trim or whatever. Give it a month or 2 to grow back, and then I'll be back to square one, because whenever I add extensions to let hair regrow, I guarantee you I cut off 1 inch to 1.5 inches, or sometimes depending on my mood, I'll just go ahead and cut off whatever's needed and start over. That's how it became natural in the first place. Instead of trimming a little here, trimming a little there, okay, you got to do radiation, your hair might fall out, blah, blah, blah. We're going to do this. We're going to integrate. We're going to measure you for a wig. No, I said, just hand me some clippers. Did that like 6 times. This way, then this way. Bald head, started completely over. By the time the radiation was over and my hair would have fell out, I was already about that much new growth, and I've been natural since. I've made some bad decisions, in the time that's passed, like not treating my hair the way I should and having to cut more of it off. But now I'm on a growth journey, so the whole thing is about healthy hair. So scraggle, I know what to do for a scraggle, especially when I look up and it's got a split end that's actually split. When you have a split end that goes like this and then splits, and then there's a split on the split end, so you have what looks like a tree branch, it's time to snip all that off. Anyway, you are up to date. I'm going to show you what my placeholder braids look like. Give you the 360, or try to anyway. See how they're much thicker? That way I could just reach to where that is, put a clip, to get the rest of it out the way, and work just on the, the section where they are larger. So that way, by the time I get to the part where it's completely done, it'll all be congruent and all be uniform in size. Anyway, this has been People7 on Twitter and YouTube, People elsewhere on the internet. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and stay blessed. the sun just came back out. That's going to make a great day. Y'all stay blessed now. Bye.